everyone, this is Sally with the Polka Dot Life. Thank you so much for taking some of your time today to spend it with me. Today I want to make a card with you using the Whale of a Time suite of products. It is going to be retiring here very, very soon, but I love it. It's just so happy and you can do so many different things with it. I also needed to remind you of a few things. If you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber from me or any other demonstrator, your April kit is going to be delayed. I don't really know the specifics other than it was a shipping delay. So it did not bill out on the 10th, but will be billing out whenever it ships. They are targeting for the end of this week or middle of next week, I believe. But just hold on, they are working on it and they are going to be getting it out to you very soon. And you will want to keep looking for the May kit. It is going to be a baseball themed kit. And so I am super excited about that one. It just screams summer to me. Also, we have our new annual catalog. I cannot open it for you, but it is packed with all kinds of fun things. If you do not have a demonstrator and would like a catalog, please go to thepolkadotlife.com and request one there. I will get one out to you straight away. Let's flip the camera down and get started on today's card. Okay, we get to work with some really, really fun colors today. And I love the brights, and even though this one isn't in the bright collection, just these bright colors make me super happy. So we have Granny Apple Green, Calypso Coral, and Pacific Point today. Let's start with our Granny Apple Green. So we're going to start by taking our seaweed stamp. We did this a few weeks ago on a video, but just to go back over it with you. Okay, we're going to start by inking up our seaweed stamp. And I have my Just Jade Stampin' Right marker, not my alcohol marker, but just my regular marker. And we are just going to come in here and we're going to start and just run this down the side of that piece of seaweed on each one of those blades. We're going to clean our marker off every now and again. It's okay if you do this, you put your lighter color on your stamp and then clean your marker off and you're good to go. And we're going to exhale and we are going to put this here on our envelope. I've cleaned off my stamp and we're going to do the same thing again. We have our inside layer. We're just going to not necessarily spend much time, just it can be however it is. Clean off our marker. We're going to cap it this time. Exhale, and we are going to put this piece over here. So fun. We're going to take our sentiment that says, hoping all your birthday fishes come true. I think this is so fun. I'm going to pull this down real quick just so I can hopefully see to get it a little straight. There you go. And that's it for the Granny Apple Green. Let's move to our Pacific Point. And we are going to bring these super sweet fish in. And we are just going to make a little school of fish. They tuck kind of one into another. And it's just so fun. Bring that scrap paper over here. And we will even bring this on over. Fun, fun, fun. I'm going to leave that Pacific Point out for just a minute. And I am going to bring this Calypso Coral while we're still in here on this inside layer. And I'm going to ink up this piece of coral and tuck it right down here. And so the inside of our card is finished. I have a sentiment tag that I've already die cut. It is from the Nested Label Dies. And this was not very straight on my block. So sometimes if you put them down on the paper straight, on your grid paper, then you can get them on your block straight. And I'm gonna slide these over just so I don't stick my arm into them. You're kind of a big deal. How cute is that? I can put away the Calypso Coral, and I'm gonna just be working with the Pacific Point here. And we have our envelope. And we're going to bring in our whale. And he's just going to go down here toward the bottom of the seabed on our envelope. And he's so fun. We also have some little bubbles like that would be coming out of his blowhole. And it just makes it so fun. I'm going to use this other portion of this scrap paper. It's basic white. And we're going to stamp another whale. Just want to make sure I've missed that ridge. I did. So we can put this ink away. And we have a punch. So we can just slip our whale down in here, and it's going to punch out some other things. So just keep that in mind if you're going to be punching this and stamping this on with something else you might have going on. It's going to cut out more than just your whale. I have a little strip of Pacific Point. We want to cut out just these areas right here. And here are our pieces that we're going to be using. I'm actually just going to move these to the side for a minute and bring in our other cardstocks. So we have our Pacific Point card base. And we're just going to take our bone folder and fold this in half. This is a pretty straightforward card here on today's video, but these are so fun. You'll see that I've made all different levels of cards for examples. So this is the pattern we chose, and it has some crabs on the bottom, and it has seaweed coming from both sides of it. I thought it just, I know it wouldn't normally be growing probably that way, but we'll just pretend it's floating, and it just framed it in, I thought, a little nicer. So we are going to put our green glue and we are going to adhere this DSP down to our Calypso Coral cardstock. Now I got glue all over me. So this is just like an 1/8 of an inch bigger. So you just kind of have to play with it. There's not quite as much area there to work with that we're used to. But it just gave it a little pop of color to wake it up from the background. Okay, we're just going to bring our glue in again and adhere this layer down. love these colors together. They're just so happy. And let's go ahead and put our inside layer while we've got the glue going on. And all over my fingers, apparently. Just so happy. There's just such happiness. And I know people just automatically think maybe children only for this card, but I think it is super, super pretty. And it would make any adult smile as well. We have some dimensionals. And we will go ahead and put these on our tag. And let's just leave a little bit over here and just pop it right on this left side of our card. Now we also want to put some on our whale, but we don't want to put it right here at the very top. We want to put them toward the bottom. And if I had a mini dimensional over here, I could use that. Or I could just cut a piece here from along the side. We kind of refer to that as the bones. But don't throw those sides out of your dimensionals sheets because they're quite valuable. There, and we can just put this little piece on his tail. And I want to go ahead and put a little bit of glue here where he's going to be on our tag. And I am going to put a little bit of glue onto our dimensionals just because I may want to slide him into place if it doesn't quite go like I want. And we're just going to put him right here at the bottom of our tag. It's on the tag, but I've just kind of put that blowhole right in the center of that tag. And then we're going to take, let's see here. Let's just kind of lay this out to make sure that we're going to fit. See how that works to line it up with your sentiment. And we just know that it's going to have to come over to make sure that it's not up against that sentiment. Just going to scooch it. This is just the splash of water coming out of his blowhole. And you can fix that however you would like. In this suite of products, there's also an embossing folder and a ribbon that I'm not using, but they have these cute sequins. And I'm going to put not a huge dollop, but a little bit of a dollop of glue here. Because these seashell ones are so fun. And they're a little larger, so we're just going to place that on there and use our tool. Just because I have glue all over my hand. There, that is so, so fun. And then let's, since we like to do things in threes, or I do, I'm going to put 1, dot and 2 dots. And I did not mean to have that much glue on that bottom one, so we're going to take a little bit of that off. We'll just take a little bit off here. And let's get a nice dark blue, a bigger one for up here. And then let's find a smaller, maybe not super small since I got all that glue there. I was just a little heavier handed on that today for some reason. Or it was just a little heavier handed with me. I'm not sure how that went. But there, it's just it's a few little sparkly bubbles. And I thought that just added a little bit of something to that card, the illusion of some movement. And it made me happy. And I just love these little seashell ones. It's just a super happy, happy card. So let me bring in some other cards that I've made. This one was on our video a week or so ago, and this was the Note Card Fun Fold card, and I will link that in the description box below so that if you've missed it, you can go back and see it too. I used all kind of different stamps. And we didn't use the turtle stamp today, but I used that same technique on there and on our seaweed, just like we did before. Here is another card done in Granny Apple Green. And I used to use different designer series papers and made a different scene on the inside. It just opens a little bit differently, but still just a standard size card. This one is in the Pacific Point, and I used the turtles that were already on the designer series paper. I just fussy cut those out and popped them up with a dimensional and used some sequins and just did a little bit different of it inside on this card, because it has to be a little bit skinnier because of this strip here. But so fun. These colors just make me smile. And then this is actually another little variation. It's a little darker, but it goes with the designer series paper. It's in that suggested color list. It shows you on our designer series paper what colors are in there, and you can pick from. Of course, sometimes there's some variation in that. You can find some other colors as well. But this is Blackberry Bliss. And my love for you is bigger than the ocean. And I cut this out of a separate piece of paper and just glued it on there so it could be in a different color. I loved this piece of designer series paper. I thought it was so fun. And this is that bumblebee gingham ribbon on a bumblebee card base. And just a nice little scene inside. And then this last one, I thought with these sequins, we just had to have a shaker card. And this one says, "Thanks a ton. Well done." And I thought that was really fun. And this is some Just Jade, the in color ribbon that's going to be retiring soon. And this one, I also cut, those pieces, some of those pieces that come out of that punch, I used some coordinating color here. And so that's just some options that you can do with your punch as well. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video and learned something new or have been inspired to try something new. This was a set that I didn't think that I would like out of the catalog, but when I got to playing with it, I fell in love. As always, remember to be kind, send a card, and do something creative. Bye-bye.